In today's video, I'm going to talk about the latest update from ComfyUI. This is how your ComfyUI probably looks like right now. We have the manager at the top. Now this new UI update will remove the manager from the top and will give you that new look. It's meant to be a faster and a safer extension management system, and it will all be integrated inside of ComfyUI. We'll actually need to close out ComfyUI and then go inside your ComfyUI portable folder if you have the portable version. For my Patreon supporters, I'm going to give you two files that you can run. Now, regardless of whether you have the portable version or a separate manual installation of ComfyUI, the setup is going to be the same. What you'll need to do is go inside ComfyUI folder, and in here scroll until you see this manager_requirements.txt. If you do not have this file, it means that your current ComfyUI is not updated to the latest version. So go inside your update folder and then click on update_ComfyUI.bat. If you do not have the portable version, then you will need to run git pull inside the ComfyUI folder. If you have the desktop version, as long as you have the automatic updates activated, you will get the latest ComfyUI manager. Next, we'll need to install the new manager. Now, if you have the manual installation of ComfyUI, then you will need to activate your virtual environment. Then you will type in pip install -r, and then you need to get this file here. Now, since I have the portable version, we'll need to go inside the ComfyUI portable folder first. You will need to access the Python embedded folder and then get the python.ext-m pip install -r, go inside ComfyUI and then manager_requirements.txt. Press enter, it will install it, and we are still not done. In order to use this new manager, right now you will see I have a batch file for it. If you have the manual installation of ComfyUI, you'll need to go inside your ComfyUI folder and you will type in python main.py --enable manager. Press enter, that will start ComfyUI. If you have the portable version, then I think the easiest method would be to create a start ComfyUI.bat like I have. Now, all you need to do is find this where it says Windows 10 alone build, press space, and then put the --enable manager at the end. For Patreon members, you just need to install manager using this, and then you can start your ComfyUI by using this new batch file. Once ComfyUI restarts, you may see a new icon depending on what custom nodes you already have installed. Now, if you're like me and you have some custom nodes that are modifying your ComfyUI appearance already, then to access the new manager, we go inside the menu here and then click on Manage Extension. This is going to be the new manager. Now, I would like to point out that this manager is not a direct replacement to the ComfyUI manager, the OG version. That is because some of the functionality that we had in the previous version, the original one, they are not replicated one-to-one in this new version. You can see on the left side here, we have the different categories installed in workflow. There are a lot of information that are visible directly because now we are using a card-based system instead of the list base previously. On the right side here, you will see we have a click item to see information. Basically, before installing the node, you can see what are the nodes available. If you want to change version, by the way, you can just click on the version here to select the version. There's also a section here for nodes. When you click on it, it will tell you the different nodes available in this pack. You can even get a preview of how they are going to look like. Now, of course, not all of the custom nodes which are currently inside the manager here has these thumbnails or preview. Some of them don't have it, and it will just depend on when the author updates their ComfyUI to follow the updated convention. Let's say we want to install this. That installation process has also been streamlined. You can click on the install button and you can see right away it's installing down here. You can keep on scrolling and install some more by the way. You don't have to wait for this one to complete in order to continue your work. Right away, you can see that after installation, it will tell me to restart ComfyUI. By clicking on apply changes, that will apply the changes. You can see here it's uninstalling and installing things. Let's say I'm adding a preview node at the top while this is restarting in the backend. We'll see here that it says, hopefully you saw that the extension was successfully installed at the bottom. It restarted my UI. I did not lose the changes that I made. And at the top here, it even refreshed the node definition. So let's go back into the manager here, and you can see it says manage extensions. Once you're here, there are a few filters that you're adding, and right now they don't do anything. There's probably going to wait until the authors of these custom nodes, their metadata, to allow for this filtering to happen in here. So if you go inside the missing section here, it will tell you if you have any missing custom nodes, and you can install it from there. If there are any updates, you can click on update available and then update from the list. In case you're wondering how to update a specific node, you click on the version here, and then you'll go to the latest version. If you want to update everything, you have the button here at the top, update all. As you can see, when it comes to the extensions part of the manager, everything is here. For example, how about activating or deactivating the preview? So if we go into settings here at the top, you can search for preview, and you will see we have a node preview, which is currently enabled. There's also execution, which is the live preview method, and you can change this to none, auto, and then the latent to RGB or TAE SD, depending on whether you want a fast preview or not. Now let's talk about the other thing that got updated, and that would be in the templates folder. ComfyUI here means what are the workflows which are going to run locally, and then external or remote API, clearly labeled. These are going to be the paid API. They've also added a lot of the paid workflows. Additionally, we have the nodes 2.0. So just as a heads up, you can activate the nodes 2.0 by going into the menu and clicking on this button here, and you will see all of the nodes at the bottom will change. I will do a load checkpoint node and just add it. This one has clear labeling here at the top. If you click it, it will collapse, and you still have the links which is going to show from here, compared to the older version where you had a circle and you had to guess what that circle would do. But now we know what it's doing. Now with the 2.0, the drop down will be unified under the node itself, and if you resize your node, click on the drop down, it resizes accordingly. We have clear distinction of the different outputs, and they show on the edge now. If one of them is disabled, let's say it's bypassed, you will clearly see the state of that node at the top here. Previously, we had to rely only on the color change in order to determine whether this one is enabled, this one is disabled. Now, it's not all good news. There's a reason as to why it is in beta right now, and that's because there are quite a few bugs with it. This is version 1. I'm going to enable it, and you will see that some of these nodes, they are slightly bigger than the previous one. So if you were to move these, and then let's say for any reason you don't like it and you want to go back, the nodes gets overlap on top of each other, and that's because it's still using that previous 2.0 size of those nodes. If you want to try this out, I'm going to recommend that you try it on a blank workflow instead of applying it on your pre-existing workflows, because otherwise you're going to end up with this mess where everything is overlapping on each other. There are a few nodes, custom nodes, which do not work with the 2.0. Let's say I need the same seed multiple places, so I'm going to take the seed, drag out, and get a primitive node, and I can have a second one like this, and I use the same seed in both. Now if I switch to 2.0, I have everything else the same. Now I no longer have the option to randomize or fix it. Other complaint is you're not able to click on the number and drag right to increase, which is a lot faster than the 2.0 where you have to click on it, type in a number, or use the plus button or minus button to go up and down. So quite a few things which are buggy with the 2.0. All right, so in case you're wondering what is the direction that we're going, this is the long-term architectural direction that the ComfyUI community is going is the extension manager, which is a separate component, and they have plans on going into a new linear mode. There's the cloud multiplayer. We zoom in here, we can see that they are going with a Rust graph, and it says here that after this move the graph component is going to be faster. So that's why there are so many updates to the front end. Thank you for watching until the very end. Have a nice day. Take care. I will see you next time.